Hello everyone! Many of you may not be familiar with the process of offshoot separation, removing and replanting plant offshoots, but it's an important method to help plants grow new shoots and produce more flowers. Along with proper watering and fertilizing, knowing how to separate plant offshoots correctly plays a key role in helping your plants thrive. First, it's important to understand that for a plant to grow well and bloom, its roots must be healthy. The roots are the plant's lifeline, absorbing water and nutrients from the soil. If the roots are weak, the plant won't be able to bloom or produce healthy new growth. That's why root care is essential for successful plant growth and offshoot separation. First, we need to proceed to remove any roots that are clinging to the pot, because if the roots are too firmly attached, trying to pull them out can damage the plant. This process requires care, because if the roots are severely damaged, the plant will lose its ability to absorb water and nutrients, leading to weakening. When cutting, you need to carefully observe each part of the root system to determine which roots need to be cut and which roots need to be kept. In particular, you should avoid cutting the main roots, the large, strong roots that help the plant absorb nutrients. Instead, focus on pruning small, weak or damaged roots. Here are some more detailed steps to help you successfully separate and replant your branches. Key: choose the right time. Separation should be done when the plant is in its most active growth phase, usually in spring or early summer. Warm weather and favorable environmental conditions help the plant recover easily after separation. Avoid doing this in winter or on very cold days, as the plant will go into dormancy and will have difficulty growing after separation. Prepare your tools. Before you begin, gather all the necessary tools. You will need a sharp pair of scissors or a knife specifically designed for separating branches. It is important that all tools are thoroughly sterilized, usually with rubbing alcohol or boiling water. This helps prevent bacteria or fungi from entering the plant through the cuts, reducing the risk of infection and disease in the plant. Using unclean tools can harm both the mother plant and the young plant after separation. Check the branch key. Before separating, carefully check the branch key that you intend to separate. The branch should have at least 2 to 3 mature leaves and a healthy root system. This is important because if the branch is not fully developed, the chance of survival when separated from the mother plant will be low. In addition, the branch should have a large enough trunk to be able to maintain independent growth after being separated. How to separate a branch? Once you've identified the branch that needs to be separated, gently cut the branch away from the mother plant. Cut slowly and avoid damaging the root system too much. For plants with thin and easily broken roots, you should try to keep as many roots as possible, as this will help the branch adapt to the new environment more easily. After cutting, if you have rooting hormone, apply a little to the cut on the branch. Rooting hormone will help the branch quickly form a new root system and firmly attach to the soil. This is especially useful when dividing difficult-to-root plants or for cuttings with weak root systems. Here we use toothpaste to cover the wound when separating the key. This method is applied with the hope of protecting the cut and preventing infection, while helping the cut dry faster. When separating the key, applying toothpaste to the cut will create a protective layer, limiting the penetration of bacteria and fungi, which can harm the plant during the recovery process. When separating the key, you should pay attention to trimming neatly, avoiding too much damage to the remaining parts of the mother plant. After separating the branch, applying toothpaste to the cut will help protect the damaged area, especially in the first days after separation. Toothpaste has the effect of drying the wound, helping the plant quickly create new cells to recover. Key separation is a popular asexual propagation method in plant cultivation, which helps create new plants from the mother plant by separating the young shoots, also known as key, that develop from the stem or root of the mother plant. This is an effective and quick technique for propagating plants while ensuring that the seedlings retain the genetic characteristics of the mother plant. Thanks to that, the seedlings that are key separated will have the same shape, flower color, and growth characteristics as the mother plant. This method is especially useful for plants that are difficult to grow from seed or when you want to maintain rare characteristics from the mother plant. Benefits of key separation. Preserving genetic characteristics. One of the biggest benefits of key separation is that it helps retain the genetic characteristics of the mother plant. The seedlings after key separation will have the same flower color, size and growth rate as the mother plant, helping to maintain rare varieties or plants that are difficult to propagate in other ways. Fast and efficient. Compared to other propagation methods such as sowing seeds, division gives faster results and has a higher success rate. The seedlings after being separated from the mother plant already have a certain root system, helping them to easily adapt to the new environment without needing too much time to develop from scratch like seeds. After successfully separating the key, replanting the plant is an important step to ensure that the seedlings grow healthily and gain the necessary stability in their new environment. Here is a step-by-step guide to help you carry out this process effectively. Prepare the pot. First, choose a pot that is the right size for the key sprout you have just separated. The pot should have drainage holes at the bottom to ensure that water can drain out, helping to prevent waterlogging, which is important for the health of the roots. If you do not have a pot with drainage holes, you can create your own by using a drill or sharp object to punch holes. Add styrofoam to the bottom of the pot. Before adding the styrofoam to the pot, break the styrofoam into equal pieces for easy arrangement. These pieces will help create airy space for the roots to grow. You can break the styrofoam into small pieces of about 1 to 2 cm, depending on the size of the pot and the type of plant you are growing. Place a layer of styrofoam or small rocks at the bottom of the pot. This will help create air circulation and improve drainage for the plant. Styrofoam or small rocks will prevent the soil from becoming compacted, giving the roots room to grow and absorb water and nutrients more efficiently. Fill the pot with styrofoam until it is about 2/3 full. Once you have filled the pot with potting soil, the next step is to add a layer of pine bark on top. Pine bark not only adds beauty to the pot, but also provides many important benefits for the growth of young plants. Moisture retention. Pine bark helps maintain soil moisture by limiting evaporation. This is especially helpful on hot days when soil can dry out quickly. Keeping moisture in will help prevent roots from becoming stressed due to lack of water, thereby promoting healthy plant growth. Aeration. Pine bark has a breathable structure, which helps improve air circulation in the soil. This aeration is important for root development, as it needs oxygen to function effectively. When the soil is too compact, the roots can suffocate, leading to problems such as root rot or slow growth. Weed prevention. Pine bark also acts as a natural barrier, helping to prevent weed growth. Weeds not only compete with seedlings for lighter nutrients, but can also create a favorable environment for pests. By limiting the growth of weeds, you will help seedlings have a better chance of growing. Provide nutrition. Over time, the pine bark will gradually decompose and provide additional nutrients to the soil. This is a natural source of fertilizer, helping to improve soil quality without the need for chemicals. This will help seedlings grow healthy and sustainable. Increase aesthetics. Finally, pine bark also contributes to making the potted plant more beautiful. With its natural color and unique shape, pine bark will create a vivid picture for your living space, increasing the aesthetic value of the garden or interior space. How to add pine bark? When adding pine bark, you should spread a thin layer of about 2 to 5 cm evenly on top of the soil. Make sure that the pine bark layer is not too thick, to avoid preventing water and air from contacting the soil. Thanks to the positive effects that pine bark brings, you will help your seedlings grow strong and healthy, thereby optimizing the chances of success for your tree planting process. Other pots do the same as above. Securing the seedlings after planting. One of the important steps in the process of planting seedlings after separation is to ensure that the plants are stable and upright. To achieve this, you can use 2 simple but effective methods: using a stake to secure the plant and using a clamp to hold the plant in place. Using a stake to secure the plant. To help the seedling stand upright, you can use a small stick or branch to secure it. Insert the stick into the soil next to the seedling, then gently tie the plant to the stick. This will prevent the plant from falling or swaying as it grows. The stake not only helps the plant stand upright, but also limits movement due to wind or when you water it, thereby reducing the risk of damaging the young roots or tilting the stem. Make sure the stick is inserted deep enough to support the weight of the plant and not topple over in strong winds. Using a clamp to secure the plant to the stick. To increase stability, you can use a clamp or soft elastic band to secure the seedling to the stick. This will help the plant stay in place, preventing excessive movement, especially in the early days when the roots are not yet strong enough. Make sure that when tying, you do not tie too tightly, as this can damage the stem or cause root clamping. The tie should have good elasticity to create a small gap between the wire and the stem, allowing the stem to grow without being hindered. The importance of securing the plant. Securing the young plant is very important because in the early stages after planting, the roots are still young and not strong enough to support the weight of the plant. If the plant is not secured, it can easily be blown over by the wind or moved when you water it. This not only makes it difficult for the plant to grow, but can also cause damage to the roots, affecting the long-term development of the plant. By following these steps carefully, you will help your seedlings grow strong and healthy, thereby optimizing your chances of success in growing your plants. Watering. After planting the seedlings, one of the next important steps is watering. This not only helps moisten the soil, but also helps stabilize the plant. When watering, you should do it gently to avoid shifting the soil around the roots. This is essential because the roots need to have good contact with the surrounding environment to be able to absorb water and nutrients effectively. When watering, make sure that the water penetrates the soil evenly, not only on the surface but also deep into the soil, making it easier for the roots to grow out. However, it should be noted that overwatering can cause waterlogging, leading to root rot. Therefore, observe the moisture of the soil and only water when necessary. You can use a small shovel to check the moisture of the soil by gently removing a little soil from the top and feeling if it is moist. Post-planting care. It is important to place the pot in a place with soft light and ventilation so that the plant has time to adapt to the new environment. Soft light will help the plant not to be shocked by the transition from the nursery environment to the new environment. In the first few days, regularly check the soil moisture, making sure that the plant does not dry out. Water when necessary, but do not let the soil get too wet. After about a week, when the plant has rooted and started to grow steadily, you can gradually move the plant to a place with stronger light. This will help the plant get used to the light and stimulate leaf growth. However, remember that this process needs to be slow to avoid shocking the plant with light. Monitoring the growth of the plant. Monitoring the growth of the seedlings is an important part of the care process. Regularly check the condition of the plant, observing the leaves, stems and roots to detect any unusual signs. If you notice yellow or wilted leaves, or if there are signs of root rot, review your care regimen. You may need to adjust your plant's lighting, humidity, or nutrition. Timely monitoring and adjustment will help your plant grow healthily and sustainably. You can also record the plant's growth week by week to get a better overview of its progress. This will help you realize what is effective and what needs to be adjusted in your care. Fertilizing. Once the seedlings have settled and started growing, you can start fertilizing gently to provide additional nutrition. Using organic fertilizer or fertilizer specifically for seedlings is a good choice, as they usually have the right nutritional content and are less harmful to the plant. Fertilizing will help the plant have enough nutrients to grow well and produce beautiful flowers. However, remember that fertilizing should be done at the recommended dosage, not too much. Over-fertilization can lead to root burn where the roots are damaged by too much nutrition. To ensure effectiveness, you should check the nutritional needs of each plant and adjust the fertilizer dosage accordingly. Separating key not only helps you propagate plants, but also helps the mother plant grow healthier by reducing competition for nutrients from the young shoots. If done correctly, you will create a collection of lush green plants that are not only beautiful, but also strong, easy to grow, and produce more flowers in the future. Hopefully with these tips, you will have more knowledge and confidence to effectively separate key at home. If you find it useful, give me a like and subscribe to the video so you don't miss out on other useful information.